Tonight, something shifts in the unseen realms. If your heart feels unsettled or your soul stirred, it's not coincidence, it's a divine alert. Archangel Michael comes forth with a message not of fear, but of preparation. He says the darkness draws near, not the darkness of night, but a spiritual wave that seeks entry where light has weakened. And you must stand as guardian, not just for yourself, but for your entire family. In every generation, there comes a moment when the veil thins, when spiritual shadows attempt to pass through cracks left by pain, grief, or unresolved energy. Tonight is one such moment. Archangel Michael is not only warning you, he is standing ready to defend you, but he needs your agreement, your awareness, and your willingness to act in light. This isn't about superstition, it's about spiritual sensitivity. Have you noticed strange restlessness in your home lately? Unexplained tension? Waking up at odd hours with a heavy heart? These are not just emotional echoes, they are spiritual signs. Michael says someone in your lineage left a doorway open, perhaps unknowingly. A pact, a pattern, a generational sorrow. And now, this dark energy returns to reclaim what was once offered in ignorance. But heaven does not leave you helpless. Through this message, you are being chosen to break it. To close that door with divine authority. You've been sensing this, haven't you? That something needs to shift. That prayers must rise louder tonight. That protection must surround your family more fiercely. In the spiritual realm, battles are not fought with fists but with awareness, intention, and divine alignment. Michael reminds you that your home is sacred ground. That your voice, your faith, your command can cast away what lingers in the shadows. He says, anoint your home, not with oil alone but with your voice calling upon divine light. Walk each room and declare it claimed by heaven. Burn away the old fears, release the inherited burdens, and invite in peace. Do not underestimate the power of this hour. The darkness is not more powerful than the light, it only thrives where light has dimmed. You are being asked to raise that light now. Your children, your elders, your lineage, each of them is under your spiritual umbrella tonight. If you stand strong, their path is cleared. If you ignore this call, the patterns may deepen. But if you act in faith, Archangel Michael will stand at every doorway of your home, sword drawn, wings wide, declaring, no harm shall enter here. Heaven responds to those who listen. And tonight, heaven is watching. You were meant to receive this message for a reason. Your family line has been marked not for harm, but for healing. The darkness may knock, but it will not enter, because now, you know. And now, you choose light, and in this sacred moment of awareness, something powerful is already shifting. As you listen, as you feel this message in your spirit, Archangel Michael is already moving. He's positioning himself not just around your physical home, but within the energy field of your entire family. He reminds you, fear is never your weapon, faith is. Light is. Truth is. And tonight, you must become a vessel for that light. Speak aloud your protection. Speak aloud your intention to break all hidden ties to pain, trauma, and fear passed down unknowingly. Do not remain silent tonight. Because the shadows listen too, but when they hear the voice of a soul awakened, a soul aligned with divine will, they retreat. Michael's message is clear, even one awakened person in the home can change everything. One person can shift the spiritual atmosphere for everyone connected by blood, memory, and soul. Perhaps you've been feeling alone. Maybe you've wondered why certain struggles keep returning, why certain blessings always delay. Michael says, it's not your fault. But now it is your responsibility. Not in a burdensome way, but in a chosen way. You are chosen to be the light bearer for your family. You were not sent here to fight alone, you were sent here to remember you were never alone. If tears come tonight, let them. If prayers rise, speak them. If old memories return, release them. The veil is thinner now. What you heal tonight won't just touch your present, it will echo into your past and stretch far into your children's futures. The divine realm is closer than you think, and Archangel Michael is standing at your side, ready to cut away the cords of fear, deception, and delay. But you must give him permission. You must claim your home as sacred. This is not just about protection, it's about alignment. It's about remembering that your soul came here for a purpose greater than pain, greater than trauma. And now, you are being called back into that divine contract. No longer as the wounded, but as the warrior. No longer as the seeker, but as the healer. Tonight, the darkness comes, but you, beloved, are the light it cannot overcome. Somewhere in the spiritual realm, your name is being spoken. Archangel Michael, the warrior of divine justice, is interceding for you, calling down protection, light, and clarity. But he also warns, do not wait for the storm to hit before you build your shield. Tonight is sacred. Tonight is preparation. What you do now will determine what is allowed to reach your family's soul. Look around your home. Light a candle if you can. Speak blessings over the walls, the doorways, your family members, even if they're asleep. Even if they're far away. Your voice carries spiritual weight. And when combined with the power of divine authority, no darkness can penetrate what you claim for God. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Archangel Michael isn't here to frighten you. He's here to awaken you. There are old generational wounds that must be sealed tonight. There are unseen doors that must be spiritually closed. Because someone, somewhere in your family line may have left those doors open, and now it's your time to stand in that gap. Feel this truth deep in your bones. You were not born at this time by accident. You are the answer to prayers your ancestors whispered in silence. You are the light they dreamed of, the chain breaker they cried for. The forces of darkness may try, but they will not win. Not tonight. Not with you awakened. And even if you felt unworthy, tired, or broken, Michael says, that's exactly who God chooses. The humble. The scarred. The ones who carry pain with honor. You are ready. You are protected. And you are not fighting this alone. And as the night deepens, the spiritual atmosphere becomes more sensitive. You might feel a sudden chill, a heavy silence, or even an unexplainable tension in the air. That's not just your imagination. The spiritual world moves more freely in the silence of night, and when Archangel Michael says the darkness is approaching, it means the enemy has targeted this time to create confusion, fear, or spiritual interference in your household. But you, dear soul, have the authority to change the outcome. You are not a victim of fate, you are a chosen vessel of divine light. Walk through your home tonight. Speak light aloud. Speak protection aloud. Rebuke every hidden darkness in the corners. You don't need complex prayers. Just speak with sincerity. Speak with belief. Say, no evil shall touch this house. No spirit shall enter without divine permission. I seal this place under the watch of Archangel Michael and the authority of heaven. There are hidden blessings waiting to fall once this spiritual tension breaks. That's why the enemy wants you distracted. That's why negative thoughts or small arguments may suddenly rise in your home, because a distraction is the doorway. Don't open that door. Stay grounded. Be still. This night, heaven is watching who stands with faith and who folds in fear. And Archangel Michael is placing his shield over those who respond in faith. You might have noticed strange dreams lately, or sudden awakenings at 3 a.m., or feelings of being watched. These are not random. They are signals. Heaven is alerting your spirit, trying to sharpen your sensitivity. Tonight, treat every gut feeling like a warning. If you feel led to pray, pray. If you feel led to anoint your home, do it. Archangel Michael doesn't warn without reason. The darkness that approaches will pass, but how it affects your home depends on how you respond right now. And remember, your obedience tonight can shield more than just your physical house. It can protect the spiritual futures of your children, the emotional peace of your spouse, the mental health of someone you love deeply. You have that power. That influence. You are the gatekeeper between what comes in and what must be blocked. Tonight is not like any other. There is a shift in the unseen realm, and only those attuned to spiritual frequencies will feel it. You may notice your child waking up crying, or your pet staring at corners as if sensing something invisible. Pay attention. These are signs that the veil is thinning, and energies are moving. The good news is, you are not alone in this. Archangel Michael has been dispatched by heaven, not to scare you, but to empower you. To prepare you. Place something symbolic of protection near your doorway tonight, a cross, a crystal, or even a written prayer. Walk around your space with reverence. Speak blessing over each room. Say aloud, every darkness must flee. This house belongs to God. These simple actions may seem small in the physical, but they echo loudly in the spiritual. Light overcomes darkness, not with noise, but with presence. You may also feel a sudden pull to reconnect with certain scriptures or spiritual teachings. Don't ignore that. Feed your spirit. The darkness feeds on exhaustion, chaos, and spiritual laziness. It waits for you to drop your guard. But tonight, you must rise. Even if it's just a 5-minute prayer, a moment of silence, or a tearful surrender, do it. Each act of intention strengthens your home's spiritual shield. Archangel Michael is not only protecting your physical surroundings but also whispering truths into your spirit. That dream you had recently, that unshakable feeling something was coming, it was a divine alert. Trust it. This is not fear-mongering. This is spiritual awareness. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Because after this darkness passes, a new clarity, breakthrough, and divine shift will follow. So don't underestimate the stillness of tonight. Heaven is closer than you think. Angels are stationed at your windows and doorposts. But they move in alignment with your intention. When you act, when you believe, when you prepare, their authority multiplies. Darkness may be approaching, but it cannot prevail where light is awake and alert. Do not panic if you suddenly feel emotional tonight. If old memories come flooding in, especially involving family, that's not random. It's a sign. The enemy often uses emotional wounds as doorways, but God is turning your memories into markers, reminders of what He's already pulled you through. Speak aloud the names of your loved ones. Cover them in light. Mention your children, your spouse, even those who've hurt you. Release their names with love and watch how healing begins to flow. There's a reason you're being warned tonight. Your spiritual senses are being trained, and your authority is being sharpened. You're not just protecting your home, you're protecting your lineage. Generations are connected to your obedience tonight. Archangel Michael doesn't just fight physical evil, he warfares in realms unseen. His presence is a sign that something great is on the horizon, but first, it must be guarded. Your home is sacred ground. Speak life into every room. Don't just rebuke the darkness, invite in divine peace. Play sacred music, burn a candle in reverence, open your window and declare, "Let only heaven's will be done here." When you do this, you're not just performing a ritual, you're setting a spiritual boundary. And boundaries attract angels. Be mindful of distractions tonight. There may be attempts to draw you into arguments, fear-based thoughts, or emotional spirals. But your strength will be in your stillness. The quieter you are within, the louder heaven will speak to you. Michael's presence brings clarity, stay close to it. Every time you choose peace over panic, you're choosing alignment with the divine. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. You were chosen to hear this message because you're spiritually sensitive. Not everyone will feel the shift. Not everyone will believe what's happening. But you do. That's why your response matters. You're the gatekeeper of your home. What you allow, stays. What you rebuke, leaves. And tonight, you must take spiritual ownership. If this message touched something deep in your spirit, if your heart whispered this was for me, then don't keep it to yourself. There's someone else out there who needs this light, just like you did. Hit that like button to declare your agreement with the angels. Comment below if you felt the shift in your home while watching. Your words might be confirmation for someone else. And if you truly felt this was divinely timed, share it with one person you care about. Let the message become a ripple of protection and hope. This channel was created to be a sacred space for souls like yours. So if you haven't already, subscribe now, not just for more messages, but to stay spiritually connected in a world full of noise. And if you feel called to support this divine work further, your super thanks is a blessing that helps spread light to many more hearts around the world. Heaven chose you to hear this today. That alone means you're part of something greater. You're not alone. You're seen. And you're deeply, deeply loved.